What's going on, guys? Thank you for your patience and understanding with the videos being up and down. And I want to address this and give us the opportunity to get back to the regularly scheduled programming of getting you guys through training school, get your applications in, and make your way through conductor school so you can get marked up as a conductor. I started this series because I wanted a way to document my process of becoming a conductor and also give myself the chance to honor my grandfather and all the years of sacrifice that he put in at NS as a conductor and engineer. And, he just wanted to make sure that we never wanted for anything. And I wanted the opportunity to kind of relive that with him. And he watches these videos. So I never imagined that all of you would support the content to the point that it would become notable outside of the people it was intended for, my friends and family. But what started as a way for me to relate to my pap is now kind of a small community and an incredible tool for potential rail candidates, employees that are going through training, and even the folks that are fans of the railroad that have always wondered, hey, would I have had what it took to work for that industry that I've admired for years? I do have some notes here that I'm going to go over. I just want to make sure I cover all this so we don't have to ever address it again. I've enjoyed the conversations that I've had with you guys, and I plan and intend on having them as we head forward in the future. I've enjoyed, clarifying the responsibilities of a brand new conductor and what is expected. This is going to be a few-part video just because I want to make sure I cover everything. We've sat down and we've talked about our families that have worked for the rail industry and what it was like to grow up in a household or with family members that were absent from baseball games and a number of other things and all the good things that go along with it as well. That being said, I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. And obviously I have to clarify that. I understand that I did nothing wrong by sharing my experience with you guys as I've gone through this process. I know that I've dotted all my I's, crossed all my T's. I haven't overstepped any boundaries when it comes to social media etiquette and IP law, according to the IP course that we had to take as employees. That being said, social media is a blessing and it's a curse. This platform has given confidence to people that find nothing but negative information online about working for railroads or working for NS, and I've really appreciated that fact. It's given hope to people that decided not to pursue degrees and they want to make the same or more money than their peers without the crippling student loan debt. These videos have supplemented the excellent training that you receive when you go to Georgia. Those guys are incredible at what they do. They've done an amazing job at making sure that you had the knowledge that you needed when you got back to your terminal. And they should absolutely keep doing what they're doing as they head on. But these videos and this platform has given you guys someone to reach out to when you don't have the courage to raise your hand in class. And, you might be a second or third year or third career employee and you don't want to feel embarrassed that you have questions that the 18-year-old sitting next to you didn't. That's what this is for. And I'm happy to answer those questions for you guys. Last night, I spent time on the phone with a guy who got back to his home terminal, and I walked him through the process of calling dispatch and getting himself put onto a train during training and navigating crew call to find out, what trains are available and a number of other things that they just didn't bother to show him when he got back. All those things, I consider blessings. That being said, there is a downside. Your first objective when you end up out here on the yard is to, and as a new employee, is to make friends and learn from those that are already doing your job, to relate with those guys and girls on a level that they trust you with their life, because realistically, that's what you're asking them to do every day that you show up to work. You want to step off the train with your best foot forward or your trailing foot forward. The fastest way to lose respect out here is doing what I'm doing right now. The rail industry operates under a guilty until proven innocent mentality. And while social media is just documentation to me and maybe to you, documentation is evidence to your coworkers. It's ammunition for higher ups to use against you should you find yourself in a position to have an incident worth reporting. That's ammunition for them to use. Their livelihood is basically put on the line every single day that they go, because the FRA and the railroad has rules that have essentially been written in blood, and they have to be followed to a T, or people get hurt or people die. That being said, one seemingly harmless post or video on social media can spell the end of a 30-year career. And that weighs heavy on not only you as the person who would be doing it and myself as the person doing it, but the people that look at you as a coworker and go, here's the chance to end it all for me. So something to keep in mind. So my advice to you, and then we'll get back to what we were doing, and I'll start getting back to answering your questions and moving you through that regularly scheduled programming of getting you ready for McDonough and moving your way into becoming a conductor with a Class 1 railroad. Don't do this. Go to work, make your money, and go home. Your reputation is everything out here. And unfortunately for me, I stepped off the train into a pile of shit. And I only have myself to blame when it comes to it, even though it's not necessarily a fair evaluation. I wish you all the best, and I wish them as coworkers all the best. And I'll have to enjoy my time with NS vicariously through the folks, the most of you that are putting in your applications and taking that leap into an industry that you don't know a whole lot about, because that's why I created these videos initially. There was nothing out there. There's nothing explaining to people what it's really like to go through this process as a new employee. And I'm happy to be the person that has done that, but I want to make sure, again, that you don't make the same mistake that I did. Trying to convince my coworkers at this point that I wasn't somebody from corporate that was planted there to spy on them is kind of an exercise in futility at this point. What started as a way for me to document my life experiences has basically become a practice of that's kind of caused people to question my integrity without ever getting to know me, or even stepping into the comment section of some of these videos to see all the people that they actually help. I've helped thousands of people at this point through the pursuit of a rail career. My videos have been viewed by over 100,000 people, and I've generated hundreds of applications, and never once have I asked to be added to those applications so that I get credit for their newfound career. I want you all to win. I want NS to win. I don't even get paid to do these videos. I do them out of respect for the 39 years of stability that NS provided for our family, the millions of dollars that they paid for my grandfather to get his cancer treatment, the medical bills that they paid when my grandmother had a stroke, the pension that they still receive as the years go on, and even just the opportunity that they gave me to walk in my grandfather's boots. That being said, this will be the last time I address it. If you have questions within reason down below, I'll answer them for you, but let's get back to it. Take care.